Okay, we're on to 3 functional types of sentences now. Number 1, how to form declarative sentences. So a declarative sentence, or una frase dichiarativa, is simply a statement that ends with a period. Okay, so they can be very short or very long, depending on how many clauses they contain. For example, I have a cat and a dog. We have to go grocery shopping because we're having a party this weekend. Okay, so you can see that this is a very short declarative sentence, and this is a much longer declarative sentence. Or you can say, they prefer to eat pasta with meatballs like the Americans do. Okay, so these are all declarative sentences because they are making a statement. Okay, so let's see how to say these in Italian. Number 1, ho un gatto e un cane. Okay, I have a cat and a dog. Ho, I have. Un gatto, a cat, e un cane, and a dog. Number 2, dobbiamo andare a fare la spesa perché faremo una festa questo fine settimana. Okay, so let's break this down. We have to go grocery shopping. Okay, so dobbiamo is dovere. Okay, it's the first person plural of dovere, which means to have to or must. So dobbiamo andare, okay, to go. Again, remember from before, you only have to conjugate the first verb here. Okay, so dobbiamo andare a fare la spesa, okay, to do the shopping, fare la spesa, perché faremo una festa, okay, because we are making a party, questo, this, fine settimana, end of the week, okay, fine settimana. Okay, and number 3. Preferiscono mangiare la pasta con le polpette come fanno gli americani. Okay, so they preferiscono, okay, is third person plural. Mangiare, again, we only conjugated the first verb here. La pasta, okay, that's a pretty easy one. The pasta. Con le polpette, okay, with, con le polpette, come, like, or as, come, fanno, they do, okay? So third person plural, fanno is fare, conjugated into third person plural, gli americani. Okay, so in this case, we just put gli americani after fanno, but you could have put it before fanno as well, but I think it just sounds better this way. Okay, so come fanno gli americani. Okay, so that's how you form declarative sentences. Number 2, how to form interrogative sentences or questions. Okay, so there are several ways to ask a question or fare una domanda in Italian. In English, we must change the order of the subject and verb when asking a question, unless there is a helping verb. But this is generally not necessary to do in Italian. Okay, so here are 3 common ways to ask a question. Number 1, subject plus verb, and then just adding a question mark. Okay, so tu vai literally means you're going. Okay, so this one, it puts more emphasis on the action, okay, because we have tu vai as opposed to saying vai tu, okay, in which we flip the verb and the subject around, okay? So we put more emphasis on the to by putting it at the end of the sentence. So you're going, you, okay, puts more emphasis on the subject. Okay, so vai tu. Or we can ask a question by saying, by using a question word plus our verb and subject. Okay, so for example, dove vai? Dove vai tu? Literally, where are you going? You. Okay, so you don't need the to on the end unless you're putting more emphasis on it. Okay, you can say dove vai, or you can say dove vai tu, just if you want to emphasize like where are you going. Okay, examples of how to form a question using our question words. Okay, so number one, you could say, who is that? Okay, so I have our question word in teal or green, our verb in blue, and our subject in red. Okay, just so you can kind of follow along and see what part of the sentence we're looking at. Okay, so who is that? Chi, who, is that? Quello. What is this? Cos'è questo? Okay, so our question word is cos'è, and then we just put it together with a to combine it here into one word. Okay, so we don't say cos'è è, we just say cos'è. Cos'è questo? When do we go? Quando andiamo? Okay, quando is our question word. When. Andiamo is our conjugated verb here. Andiamo. As you can see over here, we have our helping verb in English, okay, do, but we don't need that in this case in Italian. Okay, so it's just when do we go? When are we going? Where am I? Okay, dove sono io? Dove sono io? So in this case, we have them all in the same order. Okay, where, dove, sono is am, and I, io. How is he? Come, lui. Okay, once again, I combined come and a to form one word here, come. Okay, we just use a little apostrophe here. And why do they study? Why do they study? Okay, perché studiano? Perché studiano? Okay, so again, we have these little helping verbs in English, but it's not necessary in this case in Italian. And remember, interrogative prepositions such as a, di, da, con, per, etc., go at the beginning of a question. Okay, if you recall from earlier in the course, we talked about that. So, with whom are you all going? Con chi andate? Okay, con chi andate? So, con is with. With whom is chi? So, con chi, with whom. Andate, are you going? Okay, in the plural here, in the third person or second person plural. And then, get out of there. Okay, from where are you? Okay, from where are you? You wouldn't say that in English, but that's how it kind of translates in Italian. So we would say, where are you from in English? Okay, so remember that you reverse them in Italian. So you wouldn't say, where are you from? You'd say, from where are you? Okay, so di dove sei? Di dove sei, of where are you? And just a side note, di, not da, is used when asking where you're from. Okay, so you'd say, of where are you? Okay, there we go. Number 3, how to form exclamatory sentences, also known as interjections. So, exclamations or interjections, gli interiezioni, are a functional type of sentence that convey excitement and usually end with an exclamation mark. They're often considered an essential element of Italian grammar and can even be just a single word. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with some of these. So let's just go through a few here because they're fun little ways to use Italian, and they're really simple, and it makes you feel like you're a local and you know what you're talking about because they use a lot of these just to convey their excitement and emotions. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard this one. Bravo. Okay, bravo, brava, brave, or bravi all mean well done. Okay, and these, these do correspond with whatever or whoever you're describing, I should say. So if you're describing like a man, you'd end it in O, bravo. If you're saying to a woman, brava, okay, brave if it's feminine, plural, and bravi for masculine, plural. Okay, so again, they all mean well done. And you can also add the ending issimo or issima, issime, or issimi for more emphasis. Okay, che bello, how beautiful or how wonderful. Again, you would add issimo for more emphasis. Okay, so this you can just use on its own, like you don't have to change the endings here unless you're using it as an adjective. You could just say, oh, che bello, che bello. But if you're describing like somebody or something in particular, then you can change the ending to correspond to match the number and gender. Okay. But if you're just saying like in general, che bello, you just say che bello. Che fantastico. Okay, che fantastico, how fantastic. Mamma mia. I'm sure you've heard that one. Mamma mia means, oh my goodness. Oh Dio mio, or oh Dio means, oh my God, or oh God. Che cavolo means, what garbage. Che cavolo. Dai means, no way, or go on. Like, not like go on, like continue, but like, oh, go on. Like, not really. Really? Dai means give it, or just go on. Go on. It's a hard one to describe, I guess. Okay, magari means if only. Magari. Che schifo, how disgusting, or that sucks. Mi raccomando, I beg you, or please, like please do something, like please watch over yourself, or please be careful. You'd hear somebody say mi raccomando. Meno male means at least. Meno male. And di niente. Di niente or figurati means you're welcome, it was nothing, or don't mention it. Okay. And I just have here bravo is being used as an adjective here. So the ending should match the noun that it's describing. Okay, excellent. Okay, and there you go. Now you can sound more like a local, or somebody that is very confident when they speak Italian because they're confident enough to use an exclamation point when they're speaking. Okay, we are on to quiz number 12, module 3.2, functional sentences. There's only 5 questions, so I'll go ahead and read each question aloud and each of the possible answers before giving you the correct answer. But if you need more time, just go ahead and pause the video. All right, let's get started. Number 1, what type of sentence is the following? Hai una casa molto grande. Choose only one best answer. A, declarative, B, interrogative, or C, exclamatory. Okay, the correct answer was A. A declarative sentence, or frase dichiarativa, is simply a statement that ends with a period. These are what you'll use most of the time. They can be very short or very long, depending on how many clauses they contain. Number 2, what type of sentence is the following? Hai una casa molto grande? Choose only one best answer. A, declarative, B, interrogative, or C, exclamatory. Okay, so in this case, it was interrogative. There are several ways to ask a question, or fare una domanda in Italian. Remember, in English, we must change the order of the subject and verb when asking a question, unless there's a helping verb. But this is generally not necessary to do in Italian. Number 3, what type of sentence is the following? Che bello. Choose only one best answer. A, declarative, B, interrogative, or C, exclamatory. All right, so this one was exclamatory. Exclamations or interjections, gli interiezioni, are a functional type of sentence that convey excitement and usually end with an exclamation mark. They're often considered an essential element of Italian grammar and can even be just a single word. Number 4, how would you ask, where are you from? Choose only one best answer. A, dove sei di? B, di sei dove? Or C, di dove sei? Okay, so the correct answer is di dove sei, literally, of where are you? And that's the correct way to ask, where are you from? Because interrogative prepositions, a, da, con, di, per, etc., go at the beginning of a question in Italian. Remember, di, not da, is used when asking, where are you from in Italian? And number 5, which interjections might you use after watching an Andrea Bocelli concert that you enjoyed immensely? Choose all answers that apply. A, bravissimo. B, che schifo. C, che bellissimo. D, che cavolo. E, che fantastico. Remember, choose all answers that apply. Okay, so the correct answers were A, C, and E. So just to let you know what these were, bravissimo means well done. Che schifo means that sucks or how disgusting. Che bellissimo means how wonderful or how beautiful. Che cavolo means what garbage or literally what cabbage. And che fantastico means how fantastic. All right, so how did you do? If there's any that you missed or you want to go back and retake the quiz, just go back and rewatch the video. Otherwise, I'm just going to scroll through the correct answers here. And if there's any that you want to reread, just go ahead and pause the video. All right, great job.